Salem, there is an unusual dispute playing out over a vacant piece of land. City officials are considering taking legal action. They say the developer they sold the property to was supposed to bring a hotel to that site next to the Civic Center, but after 2.5 years, city officials say Spartan Development has not followed through and brought anything in. The contract allows the city to buy that land back. Dan Friesland of Spartan Development is the man who bought that property. He declined to do an interview with WTBJ7, but referred us to an attorney who said he's spoken with the lawyer for the city of Salem. Hundreds of students and people from the community made their way to Virginia Tech to listen to Democratic presidential candidate Beto O'Rourke. The line stretched for basically as far as we could see, with people excited to see the presidential hopeful. O'Rourke says he knew it was important to stop in an area that does not usually see Democratic presidential candidates, so he can have a better understanding of their needs. O'Rourke says he's hopeful people left the event with a more positive outlook on the future. Welcome back. The 18th anniversary of one of the worst days in modern U.S. history, September 11th, is approaching. We will be honoring the heroes who died that day with a 9/11 memorial stair climb. That's 1 week from today. Mark your calendars. Saturday, September 7th. It's at the Wells Fargo Tower here in Roanoke. Things kick off right at 9 o'clock in the morning. Leo Hirschbrunner and I will be climbing to reflect and remember, and we're hoping that you'll join us. And I'm Caitlin Francis. Officials have issued a mandatory evacuation for parts of central Florida as Hurricane Dorian churns closer to shore. It's now a Category 4, packing sustained winds of up to 140 miles per hour. It could be the most powerful hurricane to hit Florida's east coast in nearly 30 years. Again, as we mentioned, there are evacuation orders for many barrier islands along the Atlantic coast, which could take a direct hit from the hurricane. And for people trying to leave, there are long lines for gas. For those who have made it out already, a lot of relief. There is still a chance Dorian will spare Florida. Some of the more reliable computer models predict Dorian could take a right-hand turn before making landfall and then graze the coast as it heads north. Gleaning for the World is preparing to respond after Dorian makes landfall. They'll be collecting donations at Overstreet Hardware on Route 221 from 10 o'clock until 4. They'll also collect supplies tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday at Sam's Club on Wards Road. That's from 2 till 6. We always say this, and we take it seriously. If you see any kind of ponding water on the roadways, don't drive through it.
Yeah, especially if it's rushing water. And I think
so basically, we're not super concerned about Dorian locally. However, we are going to keep our eyes on things. And in the meantime, take a look. You just showed that beautiful shot of the sunrise. We've got it behind us this morning. Spectacular views.
We're going to have a pretty nice weekend and actually some really dry days. But, you know, if, like we said, we are watching Dorian because if it shifts to the west enough, could bring some rain into our region by the end of next week.
Well, you know, just another friendly reminder for everybody that weather app comes in handy.
It does.
All right, thanks, Christian. A shooting at a high school football game sent multiple people to the hospital. Take a look. This is video of that scene. You can see police and first responders right outside of the stadium there. Police are now investigating what exactly happened at the game, which was in Mobile, Alabama last night. So far, no word on any arrests or what led up to the shooting. In Henry County, a girl confessed to making a bomb threat at Bassett High School. The student says it was a hoax. There was never any real danger for students. The threatening message, however, was discovered about noon yesterday at the high school. The sheriff's office worked with school officials to make sure students and staff were safe. Investigators are considering possible charges against the teen. Police in North Carolina have arrested another college student for threatening to blow up his school. 18-year-old Willard McKiver attended Campbell University. Details of that threat have not been released as officials are continuing to investigate there. And the president of a Virginia chapter of the NAACP says a caller threatened members in a racist voicemail. Authorities say they don't have any plans to charge that caller. The president of the Richmond chapter says the caller could be heard in a voicemail threatening the organization, calling it racist, saying he'll do whatever he can to get rid of it. Police identified that caller, interviewed him and his family. They consulted with the FBI and the Commonwealth's attorney. They chose not to pursue charges. He says he plans to get the general counsel of the NAACP involved. All right, drivers might notice a patriotic display along One Lynchburg Road this weekend. The Forest Rotary Club will unveil its Field of Honor tomorrow afternoon right along Graves Mill Road. More than 1,200 flags will be posted in the yard of automated conveyor systems. Each one represents an individual first responder, and members of the military. Yep, we say thank you to those servicemen and women every day. This will be the second year for the display in Lynchburg. All right, time to take a look at what's trending this morning. Today is International Bacon Day. Here you go. If you need an excuse this morning, just giving you one. So did you know the average American consumes nearly 18 pounds of bacon a day?
What?
That's not accurate. That can't be accurate. A year.
I'm clearly not the average American.
The year. The classic English breakfast always includes British bacon. Germany bacon is called speck, and in Italy it's known as pancetta. Is that how you'd say it, Christian?
Yeah.
Pancetta?
It's probably pancetta. Who knows?
In any language, though, it's delicious. All right, Apple's making it easier for customers to get their iPhones fixed. The tech company is expanding the number of businesses that can repair phones. I was
gonna say.
Yep. All right, under its new program, those businesses can now receive genuine Apple parts, tools, and training to fix some of the most common out-of-warranty issues. In the past, customers who used outside repair services voided their device's warranty. And finally, it was a long night for some baseball fans here on the East Coast as the Boston Red Sox and LA Angels went into the 15th inning. Out on the West Coast, play ended about 3:30 this morning Eastern time. Game was tied at 6 until Mookie Betts knocked one out. Final score 7-6 Red Sox. Good Saturday morning, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Caitlin Francis.
And I'm KATEY ROSHETKO. Ashley Ann is on vacation today.
Officials have issued a mandatory evacuation for parts of central Florida as Hurricane Dorian turns closer to shore. It's now a Category 4 storm. Packed sustained winds of 140 miles per hour could be the most powerful hurricane to hit Florida's East Coast in nearly 30 years. Now, there is still a chance Dorian will spare Florida. Some of the more reliable computer models are predicting Dorian could actually take a right-hand turn before making landfall and then graze the East Coast. Funeral services for the 3 people killed in Pittsylvania County will be held today. Joan Bernard, Emily Bivens, and Cullen Bivens will be laid to rest. Emily Bivens' husband Blake is a pitcher for a minor league baseball team. His teammates will be showing their support and attending the funerals. The services will be at Central Boulevard Church of God in Danville at 2 o'clock. The Lynchburg Police Department will play against the Lynchburg Fire Department in the annual Guns and Hoses softball game. The game is at the Lynchburg City Stadium at 4:30 this afternoon, immediately following the Hillcats game. Sounds like a fun-filled afternoon of some baseball and softball. Team Guns looking to defend its title of reigning champs in this 12th annual game. Tickets are available at the gate. Food and drinks also available. Hey, welcome back. We have the 4th member of the WDBJ7 morning team, JD Seven, here with us this morning, actually from Big Lake Entertainment. Thanks for coming back, JD.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so we're talking Kids Fest, which is tomorrow. Perfect weekend for it. All right, it is Caturday Saturday. We have Dana Owen here with us this morning from the Roanoke Valley SPCA, and this love bug is Homer. He has a really interesting story. He actually showed up at your door.